thought it would be interesting to have you talk about why did you decide to launch the Girls Money Club?
So, hello everyone. It's great to be back on stage. Out of curiosity, I guess, because when I first thought about launching Girls Money Club, I had been working on capital markets in Poland for like 13 or 14 years already, and I saw that, well, how capital markets look like, it hasn't really changed that much through these decades. So for me, it was quite interesting. Why is that? Because we had so many women empowerment movements, and somehow they didn't reach capital markets. So for me, as a woman who was an insider back then, and is an insider still now, I was just curious. And usually, even 3 or 4 years ago, I also, whenever I went to a conference, investment conference, I was usually among 2 or 3 women among speakers. So it was also kind of, interesting and also depressing. So why does it look like this? So my first thought was that maybe women are not interested in investing in general, but it turned out that, that wasn't the case, because whenever I met with my girlfriends, like to have some wine and talk about different things, they often ask me about where to invest, how to invest. So it wasn't lack of curiosity. It wasn't also lack of money, because women earn more and more. So they have money to not only to spend, but also to invest. And it turned out it was first lack of representation. So there aren't many women who are working on capital markets. So that's for start. So many women just came to a conclusion that they don't belong here. It's as simple as that. So that's the first thing. Maybe also lack of conviction that investing is for us, because when we want to encourage someone to invest, making a great products, it's not enough. Those people have to be convicted that they really need to know that they belong to this market, they really want to invest, they have this motivation to invest.
That's great. And you call it girls. Are you thinking, because there's also like other girls groups in other countries, and it tends to be kind of young kids in school. So when you said girls, what age group were you thinking?
Well, actually, when I first launched Girls Money Club, it was because I didn't want to be so official, because there are so many official initiatives, and I thought that if I name it Girls Money Club, it will be just more inclusive, and I guess it is, because right now when I'm thinking about the girls that are in Girls Money Club. There are women who are like in their teenagers, but there are also girls who are over 50, over 60, and they still consider themselves girls. They have this fresh mind and a lot of motivation to start new things and learn new things.
That's great. So how do you become a member, and kind of what things do you get as a member?
Well, actually, it's... If we want to talk about this whole initiative, it's based on many different media. So it first started as a Facebook group. It was as simple as that, because I just wanted to exchange some ideas and of course, make sure that what I do makes sense, because I wanted to just get to know women who want to start investing or have their challenges considering investing. So the Facebook group was the first thing that constructed the Girls Money Club. Then, after some 2 or maybe 3 months, it turned out that also a blog, a website is needed. Also, the very first investing course, so a course that learns investing from the beginning was also needed. Some webinars. Right now, it's a podcast. So. There are many different platforms to use, to take into consideration when we want to become a member. There is not just a simple membership, but there are many initiatives to take part in.
And you've been working on this for like 3 years now. So how do women in Poland invest today?
What I think and what I see when I see women investing is that they like structure more than men, probably. So they really prefer to start from a very safe perspective, start with bonds, some retail bonds here in Poland. They want to have this financial cushion, some fundamentals before they start building this portfolio, this long-term portfolio. Then, of course, the ETFs come up usually. So women are great when it comes to choosing ETFs. It's their second choice after the bonds. So when they make their fundamentals, then they move straight to ETFs usually. So it's pretty straightforward because usually women don't have much time on a regular basis because they work, they have sometimes their obligations at home, and they simply just want to make it simple. So women investing is simple, so that's for sure. Of course, sometimes after some time, after building their long-term portfolio, they also start to trade. So the speculation also comes up, but it's usually this nice addition more than the basis of portfolio.
And are they investing primarily here in Poland? Do they invest in the US, Europe, Asia? Where do you see them having an interest in investing?
Right now, more often than not, internationally. So it's not only local investing, but it's only local when we speak about this retail bonds because they're quite popular, and this anti-inflationary bonds were very popular during the last 2 or 3 years in Poland. So this is like this local part of the portfolio. But afterwards, usually women choose international investing. So they want to have this full diversification, to have their money put on different markets. So they usually choose ETFs that are based on the global equity markets, like ETFs based on, for example, MSCI All Countries World Index, like FTSE All World ETFs. So they're quite broad. And this works usually. Of course, there's also some gold components. So precious metals are also kind of an interesting addition to portfolio. So it's kind of also international investing when we look at it. So I would say that right now it's more global investing than local investing.
And when they start embracing trading, does that mean they're looking more at themes, or are they trading the same types of exposures?
When women start trading, they usually choose their preferred instrument or group of assets. So usually when women, for example, build their long-term portfolio based on bonds and stocks and some addition of gold, they usually look at some more exciting markets, I would say, more innovation-linked markets. So they, for example, sometimes they trade on ETFs, actually, because some ETFs are like made for trading more than long-term investing. So, for example, these commodity ETFs are sometimes popular when we speak about this speculative portfolio. Also, cryptocurrencies and all crypto assets, they are getting more and more attention also among especially younger women. And of course, some innovative branches or some branches that women really believe in. For example, ESG investments are very popular among women. So women like this part of social responsibility, this transparency, this whole awareness of the fact that whenever they put their money in, it works along with their values. So really this speculation part or this trading part, it's really varied a lot. It varies a lot, but it's usually an addition.
And are they learning about the products and where they might invest based on listening to a podcast or something you're doing?
Well, actually, yes. So usually when I create a podcast about a specific topic, I receive really large amounts of questions and comments that they just made the trip to the brokerage house the next day. So women also like to learn, but they also act quite quickly. So. Whenever they know that they want to start investing, they don't put it off so much. So yes, they want to be aware of the product they put their money in. So women don't tend to invest without any thought. So the whole investment part, even the speculative part, needs to be thoughtful. And even if they put their money into instruments or assets that are more risky, they need this awareness that, well, it's okay to lose this money. So they have this very, I have to say, conscious approach to investing.
And there's a mindset out there that says women are more calm and less spontaneous. So if the market is volatile, they'll tend to stay the course. Do you see that as being true, or is that more a wives' tale?
I think it's true. Of course, every person is has a different approach. So I don't want to make any generalizations, but in fact, women tend to be less spontaneous and more structured when it comes to their investments. They don't want to beat the market. They don't want to make it a competition. Because, well, every day we know that we compete in so many areas. We want to be like the best mom and the best worker, the best employee, and we are compared, in many different areas of our lives. So we don't want to compare ourselves when it comes to investing. We usually don't try to compete with others to be better, just to be satisfied with what we have. So I think this is the most common approach among women. They want to make it easy, and they don't make it a competition. They rather want and crave this peace of mind. So this is like the success, the peace of mind that my money are put in the good place.
And are they buying, when you say they invest in crypto, is it mostly Bitcoin or Ether or Ethereum? Because there's a whole list of products available here in Europe.
Yes, it's BTC and ETH are the most popular. Of course, BTC beats all other cryptocurrencies. So, but I think it's the most popular for a reason. If we enter the market, we usually start from this well-known cryptocurrencies, and what I see is that women also start with innovative investments and cryptocurrencies also from this very beginning, this investment classics, I would say.
And can you tell us how many members you have today? Is that?
Well, among different platforms, it's about 50,000. So, yeah, so it's quite a lot.
And how do you win new clients? Like, do you do ad campaigns or?
Actually, I don't do ad campaigns, to be honest. Women usually like to share. If they find something interesting, they want to tell their girlfriends that there is something interesting to look at. So it's usually this type of getting to know and acquiring maybe new members. But I also believe that if you do something which is really practical, then people just recommend it further. So there's this way of using recommendations. So my clients right now are my best advertisement. I would say best ads are my clients for 2 or 3 years now. So I think like the main point of making this whole concept is to educate, of course, but to do it in a very like a conscious way and not focus only on this motivational, inspirational part, but also on the knowledge how to act, like from the very beginning. And of course, also new members tend to come to Girls Money Club because they see their colleagues, their friends, who are, for example, going to brokerage house and establishing their first brokerage accounts. So right now they have someone to talk about the money and the investment. So it spreads like this, I would say.
That's great. And do you ever do in-person meetings?
Yes, actually we have just opened an office in the center of Warsaw. So it's a very fresh thing, but yes, we organize some personal meetings. We already had 3 Women Invest conferences in Warsaw. So, for example, there was this conference last year here on the Warsaw Stock Exchange, which involved like over 600 women. So it was also a great thing to meet so many women who were investing. It was so colorful on these corridors. So we also organize these workshops, some meetings, some networking meetings, just to get to know each other better and maybe share some challenges that we have in our everyday managing money.
That's great. And as you think of kind of the next 2 or 3 years, where do you see it expanding and how do you see it growing?
Well, actually, I really don't know because, well, some 3 years ago, I wouldn't say that I will be in this position because I have an impression that last 3 years were like this very quick race. So it was like a sprint for me. I really wouldn't say that it would develop, the whole project will develop like that. So I have, of course, I have some dreams and I have some goals, like of course, more in-person meetings, like launching new projects. For example, another educational product and projects on ETFs, among others. So I think just doing more of what I'm doing right now is like the proper answer here.
So if you launched it 3 years ago, was it during COVID that you launched it?
Yes, exactly. So we were. So it all started like as an online project, as many other projects, but it quickly became also in-person project.
And do you work with other people to help come up with the courses, or is it all yourself?
Oh, it's not only myself. I wouldn't manage to do that by myself. Right now, we have 5 full-time workers in our project in Girls Money Club. We also have some experts on different areas, for example, real estate expert, cryptocurrency expert, some trading expert, of all girls. So the whole team is around 10 people right now.
That's very impressive. And how do you go about managing, now that we're out of COVID, kind of that work-life balance?
Well, I think work is part of my life, so I don't really believe in work-life balance. And maybe some people who know me wouldn't say that I have a very balanced life, but this is all because I love what I do. So it's really hard to make this division between working and having this free time, because what I do in Girls Money Club is also a pleasure. Just it's as simple as that. I do it because I believe in it. It makes a lot of it has this good energy, and I simply like it. So it's also a part of my my personal life, because I meet real people with whom I become even long-term friends as the time passes by. So it's really. So for me, it's really hard to make this division between work and life. But of course, I also take some time to rest. So I think about it.
No, that's great. I can understand those answers. So I'm going to be conscious that we're kind of coming to the end. You graciously stayed and added to this. Is there anything, we had a long list of questions, but I don't think I'm going to keep going. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with the audience before we kind of end the session?
And this is the hardest question, because I always have so much things to share. Well, what I would like to share in general on this conference is to have this courage to start investing, because whenever we start, it becomes easier. It becomes part of our lives.
Yeah, I think that's true of everything. So I thought that was a great discussion. So thank you very much for joining us.